Hey guys, it's Natasha and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be the last video on my short little hosting series, and it's going to be about tips for being a restaurant host. So the first is to learn the strengths and weaknesses of your restaurant, like who are the stronger servers that you could maybe double seat if you needed to, who is like still new or like would get really stressed out if they had too many tables, who wants more tables. Also learn like what your restaurant has to offer. Try out some of the foods, so like when you seat people you can maybe recommend something, try to upsell some of their products. Even though you're not a server, they still listen to your suggestions most of the time. It's also good to know like which are the managers that are more lenient and which you have to like watch out for. So that was tip number one. Number two is the most basic, which is just to learn the rotation, learn the chart, learn where all the tables are and like what the table numbers are and basically where everything is, and just that's your basic job. So like just learn to do that. Number three is to learn to prioritize your time. There's going to be a lot going on at the same time, a lot of different people asking for help or needing you to do something. At my restaurant I have to seat and bus tables, so just I guess learn to prioritize. The guest comes first and then the tables and then other employees. So that's just in general, you really learn how to prioritize your time and learn to multitask, which is also really important. Number four is to practice good guest relations, good customer relations. You're basically representing the restaurant that you work at, so you know you have to make a really good impression on the guests who come into the restaurant. Make small talk with them, greet them with a smile, make eye contact. Follow up. A lot of guests like it if like you maybe have an inside joke or something with them and then like, you come back around and like you follow up on it, and then on their way out you ask them how their experience was and like genuinely listen to them. You know, don't just be like, was it good? Because then they're just gonna be like, yeah, and walk out. Like, you know, actually ask them like how they liked eating there. It doesn't have to be super formal, but just let them know that like you care. And the last tip is to make the most out of it. I don't think working at a restaurant is going to be your career. If it is, then work really hard at it and do your best to impress the right people and move your way up. If it's not, still use it to gain experience in whatever you want to do. Like for instance, I'm in marketing and we were selling our old plateware to raise money for a charity. And so I basically like turned on like the marketing mode in my brain and went into sales and sold a bunch of plates, and I was loving it, and it just like felt like I was doing what I went to school for. And I mean, even if that's not what you're there for, there's always something you can find that'll help you in your career. Like let's say you want to work with kids, you know, try to do really well when a kid comes into the restaurant, or whatever you want to do, just find a way to turn this job into an experience that'll give you the skill sets that you need. And like I said, if you do want to work in a restaurant for the rest of your life, then, you know, make friends with people, get to know everyone in all the different stations, help run food, take orders if you really need to. Just make the most out of your time there. That's the best I can say. And those are my hosting tips. I hope you enjoyed them, or I hope you learned something. Yeah, just like it if you did, leave a comment if you have any questions, or if you have other tips to offer. And thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.